Well, there I was, waiting for Christian this morning, no sign of him, and now I can see why I was in zone 3 and well into zone 3 as well. I have to say that looking at this, I personally don't think the player on the right is looking that low, and I don't think the player on the left is looking that high. So it makes sense that it's in the middle of the two, and it would be a sort of a good average. If they looked at it equally, that some looked at the player on the right and went a bit higher, and some looked at the player on the left, went a bit lower, yeah, it would be about there. That makes sense. So personally, I can't see it. I would have thought it was higher than that. But when we look at what we did with our crosses on a weekend, when we done the update video, we were all over the place, let's be honest. I can't remember how many crosses there were now. It was 11 or 12 on Saturday. But we were all over the place. There wasn't a cluster. So really, it could have been anywhere. So that's what I ended up zone 3 this week. But let's have a look at the judging. Because I've already looked at the judging, and I'm appalled. And let me tell you why I'm appalled. Because here's all 8 of the crosses in here, right? Now there's one all the way up here and one over to the left over here. So you'd think, okay, they're obviously going to take out that one up here because there's no way he's looking in a straight line across there. Everybody else accepts the fact that this player is looking down. There's one all the way over here, which really doesn't make any sense from this player on the left. I think it's generally thought he's looking in this direction. So we've got 2 silly crosses, which you'd have thought, okay, well, they're obviously going to take them out because they'll do what they do every week. They'll remove the ones that are miles away from the cluster. He'll put the magnifying glass over the cluster and say, yeah, they're all in the cluster now, we'll keep those in. And we'll take the other 2 out. However, this is the end result. They've decided to keep all the crosses in. Now, I know what you're thinking, that makes no sense. So I actually played a bit of the video where they decide whether they're leaving crosses in or taking them out. And Matt Cannon, the head judge, it's his decision that if they take those 2 random wayward crosses out, it'll drop the average cross, the winning cross, down too low, and the player on the right isn't looking as low as where the average would be. That's irrelevant. That's not his decision to make. They go by the average of the judges' crosses. And if they're a bit silly like these 2, then they take those out and they go by the average. It's not his decision to say, I think the average makes more sense there. Otherwise, why have you got the judges? So I'm frustrated that he's up to his old tricks of deciding to leave people in because it suits him to have it in a certain area, which is not the case. It's pointless having judges if you're just going to have one person decide, oh no, I don't think it looks right up there, I think it should be further down here. Either stick to what you're normally doing or, leave the job. Get somebody in that can do it. But what you should have done is what you do every week and gone by the cluster and taken away the 2 random crosses. And there's a lady, Claire Wallace, from the solicitors overseeing this to make sure it's all fair. Why hasn't she spoken up and said, okay, I'm here to audit this and make sure it's all carried out fairly? You've changed the rules. You've changed the parameters by which you would normally judge this, and you've left these 2 crosses in. And you've even explained why you've done it. Because you've decided that the cross should be lower than that, the winning cross. So I'm not arguing about where the winning cross should be, because some of you probably got close to it. Some of you might have had close to his car, whatever. I haven't got an issue where the winning cross is. My problem is Matt Cannon and his old sneaky tricks of changing the parameters of how he judges it to suit where he thinks the cross should be. That's appalling. It's disgraceful, and something should be done about that, because that smashes any credibility that BOTB ever had. And obviously, as I said, the solicitor overseeing it makes sure, waste of time, because this happened before, and there was a guy there that was overseeing it, and he said nothing as well. So I'm appalled and disgusted at this week's antics from the judges. Well, not the judges, the head judge. That's bang out of order what he's done. Anyway, enough ranting and raving. Let's have a look at this week's picture. Well, to be fair, this looks like a better one because we can get 2 eye lines to cross over here. Now, what I did, not something I've done before, but my first cross there. So what I did, I imagined that the magnifying glass was the football, and I went up to the player on the left side, and I moved the football down and down and down and down and down until he got in line with the other player, to the point to where I thought both players were looking at the football or the magnifying glass. And that's what I put the first cross, because that's the point there. If I leave the magnifying glass there, that looks like they're both looking at the magnifying glass. So let me draw another line in from the other player. So that's where I am on that one. That one was, let's have a look, 267916666, number of the beast. That's me today, because I got the devil in me today after that judging. I'm fuming. If you can't tell, I'm absolutely livid. But they'll get away with it. They did it before. Lest we all storm the building, all of us. Right, so yeah, that's what I am with that first cross. Now, I know some of you will think, no, it could be higher, it could be lower. Yeah, it could be higher or lower, or further to the left or further to the right. But that's my first cross of the week, and that's what I did, was put the... what's going on here? Was to put the magnifying glass in that spot where I treated it as a football, and could they both be looking at it? Because he's looking in that direction to me, and he's looking sort of down at that cross. So I'm quite happy with that at the moment. That won't necessarily be my final cross. We'll see what you guys think. So we'll leave a coordinate now for this week. And as I'm putting them on the picture, and I do the same thing every week, as I'm putting somebody else's cross on a picture, I'll have a look read and think, why have they gone there? What can they see that I might have missed? And then I'll look at each cross then and think, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. He could be looking in that direction, but then the other guy perhaps isn't. But I do look at all the crosses and think, what's that person seen that I haven't noticed? Is it body language? Is it the angle of the head or whatever? But quite often I stay pretty close to where my original cross was anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm going this week. There's two different coloured posts behind him, and I'm right in the middle of them two different coloured posts for now, because I can't see it being any further away from this player on the right. Otherwise the guy on the left will have to be looking further down, but I also can't see it being any closer to him either, because I don't think his body language is right for the ball to be closer. But there we are, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Right, Revcomps last night, they added a couple more. They got another truck, BMW M3. I know they're popular. That Mini's a nice little cracker there. 3,999 tickets, and at the moment only £5.97. I looked that up on Parker's. The thing is something like 200 and odd brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. That's a proper little pocket rocket, that is. And it was quite economical too. Nice caddy van. I do like those. If it was a longer version one, I'd perhaps be interested in it, because I could get turn it into a little camper in the back. What did I play for? Well, as you know, I usually either play for the cash alternative or a camper van, or I'd replace my car with a 4-wheel drive automatic diesel, which is what that is. Mercedes GLC 220D 4-wheel drive. So that's quite nice. I got one ticket on that, just one. And I got one ticket on his Porsche Carrera because it's 100k cash alternative. And there's a 430i M Sport Grand Coupe BMW down there as well. But I wasn't interested in that. I just gone for these two. And I looked at the entry lists again last night after when the draw had finished, because I'm always curious to see how many tickets the winners buy. And most of the time, and I think it's because the tickets are a bit dearer, the other sites are like 99 pence, but because the tickets on here are £7, £8, £12, the tickets are always, people buy less tickets because they're spending more money, and there's less for sale. The odds are better. But most of the winners again had sort of one ticket. Somebody had 3, somebody had 2. I think it was the Tesla, where the winner of the Tesla had 10 tickets, and I'm sure they were something like £23 or £24 a ticket. so he'd have spent about 230 quid on tickets. However, it paid off for him because he won the Tesla. So, you know, well done to him for making that commitment. But yeah, I always like to see when somebody's just bought one ticket and win the prize. So that's what I'm sticking to these days, just buying one ticket on the cars. So that's it from me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you got on. Leave me a coordinate now for Saturday's update. And good luck!